In this, we are going to learn how to solve inequalities with absolute value function. So as a problem, let's look at this one. So for example, this says solve the inequality 5 minus 2 times 1 minus 4x, the absolute value greater than 1. So you can see that this inequality has absolute value. So there are two major types with absolute values. One, we have the absolute value greater than, the other one is absolute less than. So let's see how we gonna proceed with a problem like this. So what we're gonna do, the goal is to isolate the absolute value term. That's what we're trying to do. So we just use basic algebra to isolate the absolute value term. Only thing you have to worry about is when you multiply or divide by the by a negative number. When you multiply or divide by a negative number, you're gonna make sure that you flip the sign of the inequality. So that's the only one we need to like pay attention. But other algebra operations are just like you are solving a linear equation, like a equation. So in this one, so let's put the answer. So what's gonna happen? So we can assume that is so we have some x that satisfies this condition. So so that means we're gonna have 5 minus 2, 1 minus 4x greater than 1. So the first thing that we need to do is we're gonna remove we're gonna take 5 out of this from the left side. So that means we're gonna subtract 5 from both sides. So so when you do that, you're gonna get negative 2, 1 minus 4x greater than 1, and then minus 5. So that means what you have is you have negative 2, 1 minus 4x greater than negative 4. Now what we need to do is we're gonna remove negative 2. So to remove negative 2, what we can do, we have to divide by a negative 2, but you need to be careful because when you divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number, it's going to flip the sign of the inequality. That means when you divide, so what we do here, we're going to divide by negative 2. So when you do that, we have 1 minus 4x on this side. Since we divide, you're going to flip the sign, and then you're going to get negative 4 over negative 2. So we flip the sign, and then you can see that this is equal to 2. So what we have now is, you can see it is 1 minus 4x less than 2. So now according to theory, so we have a absolute function which is less than 2. So according to theory, which says that if this is the case, what's going to happen is the function inside the absolute function that's absolute has to be between two numbers. What are those two numbers? The less than 2 and less than negative 2. So those are the so negative 2 less than 1 minus 4x less than 2. So that means it has to be between the positive and the negative of that number. Okay, that's what happened. Now what we need to do is we need to simplify this one. So this is not that difficult to simplify. The next thing that we can do is we can subtract 1 from both sides. So so let's do that now. Good. So so we have negative 2, we have negative 2 less than 1 minus 4x less than 2. So we're gonna subtract 1 from both sides, from all three sides. So that means it's getting negative 2 minus 1, and we have negative 4x on this side, and this is 2 minus 1. So that means what we get is negative 3 less than negative 4x less than 1. Now you can see that we have negative 4x, so we can divide by negative. So now it's again a divide by negative, that means you're going to flip the sign. So what happened here is, so you're going to see negative 3 divided by negative 4. Flip the sign, which is x, and then again flip the sign, so 1 over negative 4. So if you simplify, you're going to get 3/4 greater than x greater than negative 1/4. So you can see that this is the exact same thing as writing the other way. We can say we can start with negative 1/4, and then you can see it's less than x less than 3/4. We just reverse the order and write it backward because this is like much makes sense. So now so that's the solution, but we can write the final answer in several different ways. For example, we can draw the number line and mark them. So we can see, so if you draw the number line, so we have here two numbers. So one is negative 1/4, the other one is 3/4, and what it says that the numbers are in between. Actually, you can see that this is like a open. So this is open or not closed. So open because there's no equal sign here. That means your solution is like that. And so that's one way. And then also if you use the interval notation, you can say that so it's in, between those two numbers, and you can see that there's no equal sign here. So that means this point are not included, the corner points. So we're gonna get negative 1/4 comma 3/4. That is the interval notation. And also we can use the set builder notation and write the answer like that. See absolute value, which is between negative 1/4 less than x less than 3/4. So we can write it like this. Those are the three ways to write. You can also explain, you can write this in Word, but these are three common ways to write the final answer.